Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at front brake pads and rotors on a 96 Toyota Camry. Let's check it out. Okay, so of course we'll want to go ahead and remove that wheel. Then we're going to be looking at our brakes. And first thing we got to do here is we got a 14 millimeter right there, a 14 millimeter right over here. And then if you're taking your rotors off, you can go ahead and bust these guys loose. That's a 17 probably, or 19. And let's look from the other side here. So once you get your caliper off, it's gonna look like this right here. And actually you'll be able to have better access to those caliper bracket bolts once you remove the caliper. And then on the pads, we've got these little clips. What they do is they're kind of like springs that push the pads back out once you're done braking. So we'll take these guys off and then just go ahead and take your pads out like so. And then on an old rusty car like this, you want to go ahead and take your brake pad clips out as well. I'm having a hard time with one hand, just trying to do the demonstration, but you probably have to use two hands or a flathead screwdriver. You just kind of, let's see if I can get this one out. Just lift it up, take a flathead screwdriver, pop it out, and by replacing these, your brake pads will slide a lot better like they're supposed to, and it won't be hard to put the new pads back in. So good idea to replace those. And then we need to compress our caliper piston back in, and for that what I do is I take the C-clamp. You want to take an old pad, an old brake pad, and get you a C-clamp like this, and then we'll stick the old brake pad on up in there like that, and then we'll put our C-clamp like that, and then just righty-tighty this clamp up until the piston is flush. It goes all the way back. So that's pretty much it. The new pads go on just like your old ones came out, and then you'll put this back on, run your bolts back in. This one, the slide pins, that's the other thing, is you always want to take your slide pins out, put some more lube on there every time you do the brake job. If you have an old car like this, the slide pin may spin while you are trying to remove your caliper bolts. This guy right here. If that's the case, I think like a 16 or a 17 wrench will go on here, or take some vice grips and hold it while you spin this out. Also the rotors, the minimum thickness for this rotor is 1.024 inches. If it's below that minimum thickness, you need to replace your rotors. I'll show you the tool real quick that you use to measure them. That's your tool right there, something like that. Go talk to your parts store about it, you'll get all that figured out. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I almost forgot to tell you about the rotor. Just those two 17 millimeter bolts I was telling you about, the one right there, the one right there, you take those two out, this bracket will just come off, and then take a big like 4-pound hammer or something, just tap on this thing because it's probably rusted on. You can also spray PB Blaster right around there. That'll help break the connection loose. They've also have these handy little holes for you. You take like a bolt with a 12 millimeter head on the end off of the car, or you go to like a fastener place, buy one, you run them in there, and it'll be like a press. As you run them in, it'll pull the rotor off. So there you go.